see another downwards momentum, or should we see a reversal or a short squeeze that is coming in? Okay, so FOMC will be coming in around 3 a.m. So possible there could be another short-term reversal, or should we see another downwards? Because I think the stock market also is currently down. So once the stock market is down, I think most likely it will also bring the crypto market to go down as well. So yeah, Bitcoin have rejected at 70K. Okay, not once but many times. And then Bitcoin continues to toil in a landscape of intensifying geopolitical conflict and regulatory hurdles. Okay, so yeah, there are a lot of challenges right now we're facing. Okay, so not only on this matter, but of course, if we look at the stock market as well, already at an all-time high. So should we see crypto market will rebound from here? Okay, to give a short-term rally before we see another leg down, or should we see more downwards from here, or probably we test the low of 60K. Okay, should we go down more from here, or should we at least have a short-term relief again? But again, to take note, there are many key factors here that we can be able to identify and how the crypto market is going to move in this kind of direction. So first thing, we'll look at the geopolitical tension. Okay, so yeah, I think majority of us view Bitcoin as digital gold, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to behave on what is to expect, right? You can see gold continue to outperform against BTC, okay? And Bitcoin is really lagging behind. So as tension escalate, investors are retreating from volatile markets in favor of traditional safe haven like the USD and physical gold. Okay, all right, so yeah, this risk-off sentiment has triggered liquidation, okay, affecting not just BTC, but Ethereum and other alts as well. Okay, and then of course, speaking about the Clarity Act, okay, this I think is also could be one of the key defining moment as well for the crypto market. And then what happened is that the bearish momentum continued, okay, the renewed stalling of the Clarity Act in Washington. Why? Okay, you can see for months, the crypto industry has been banking on this legislative framework to provide legal certainty needed for broader institutional adoption. That is the thinking. And then another delay again have inflated hopes for near-term regulatory breakthrough, leading to a sense of exhaustion among traders. Okay, so that is the thing. The Clarity Act, not so clarity after all. It's beginning like a gray area. Okay, so they are delaying again once more for this act. Then, of course, speaking about treasuries like MicroStrategy, okay, and then MetaPlanet, okay, I think all their positions are under scrutiny at the moment. They are probably under the water as Bitcoin price continues to go down. And of course, Michael Saylor also came out to media to mention that even if Bitcoin were to go to about $8,000, they're still in a pretty much in good hands, or would say that they could able to overcome that kind of situation and not to foresell their position, right? They still can able to continue even if Bitcoin were to hit at $8,000. Okay, so that is the assurance given by MicroStrategy or CEO Michael Saylor, right? So that is the situation right now. And then what does the technical picture? They tell us about Bitcoin on the next move as well. So yeah, I think technical is pretty much bearish. If you look at the monthly as well, everything is downtrend. Okay, and then yeah, you can see this is a setup right now. Everything is down. Okay, weekly, monthly. All right, so yeah, I think overall it's all depending on the stock market as well. So if stock market goes down, I think this one also goes down. Okay, so later on, we're gonna look into the technical side for BTC. Okay, then moving on next, right? Speaking about the on-chain analysis, yeah, I think this coming in from Yongju is also one of the staff from crypto.com. Okay, so Bitcoin needs to go down to about 25,000, okay, before the recovery begins. So how much more pain, how much more pressure that will continue to endure? Okay, so you can see selling pressure overwhelms new capital inflows. Hundreds of billions entering the market fail to leave overall market cap higher. Okay, all right, so yeah, we're already in the bear market or in the bear cycle. Okay, so warning that a genuine recovery could take months and may require prices to fall further before a sustainable rebound materialize. So what you can see right now is that you look at the chart or the technical side, okay, we have peak based on apathy. That is what according to Benjamin Cowen, which is also considered quite true because retail interest is not there. So when retail interest is not there, that's why we can see the sentiment is really bearish. Every time when the price goes down, we do not have the kind of buying the deep type of conviction or a reversal back up. We don't have the V-shape, full V-shape recovery, right? We do not have that. And then every time when it goes down, it continues to stall or stagnate or to range in that period and then before heading down again. So that is the setup right now. Okay, and then capital inflows failing to move the needle. That is also another concern. Okay, so conviction is not there. Right, hundreds of billion dollars have entered the market, yet overall market cap has either stagnant or declined. Right, so that is the thing. Right, selling pressure is overwhelmed new capital. So you can see already the sentiment is really bearish. And then here he given two part of recovery here. So what is the two part of recovery that we are looking at? So first involve price dropping towards the realized price of somewhere around 55K. Okay, price is the average cost basis of all Bitcoin holders calculated from on-chain data before rebounding. But I think a lot of analysts mentioning that it could continue to drop, okay, somewhere probably to a maximum of 30K, 35, 40K range. Okay, that would be the extreme level. So now we are sitting somewhere around 67, 68. Okay, to go down probably below 60, most likely will be the extreme case. And then probably we should stall around there. Okay, probably might break down 58, 55. Yeah, possible. That could be the case there. Okay, I think probably one more last round of dip like this, right? 55K. Then I think most likely we should see a bottom, most likely a long winter type of bottom. Okay, a very dull, boring sideways because I think everyone is done. Everyone most likely to get calculated from this setup. Okay, then of course we look at institutional exodus behind the decline. Okay, so as Bitcoin volatility contracted over the past year, institutions have entered the market to capture volatility through beta, delta, neutral strategies. Okay, right. So when Bitcoin stopped moving, there was no reason for institutions to keep those positions. See here. Okay, so data from CME show that institutions have significantly reduced their short positions, not the bullish signal. Okay, all right. So here we can see also flag aggressive selling patterns where large volume of Bitcoin were dumped at market price within very short time frame. Okay, so yeah, forced liquidations or deliberate institutional selling to manipulate derivative position. So yeah, another thing also coming in from hedge funds or institutions, they could also be another key factor that's for the price to be very bearish as they're trying to manipulate as well. Okay, and then speaking of altcoins, you don't have to say much because everyone is waiting for altcoin season, but it doesn't happen. Similar case of 2019 as well. No retail interest coming in to push for your alts that you're holding. So I really hope that you guys can be able to start to shift and starting to protect your capital. Okay, safeguarding your stables, right? Because you want to focus on the next cycle. So if you could continue to hold those alts that have lack of conviction to continue for the next cycle, then that's where you might want to consider to cut or convert it to stable so you can have dry powder for the next cycle. Okay, so overall, I think alts are totally dead. I don't see these alts are going to recover, most likely to go down even more. Okay, so broader altcoin market cap never seemingly surpassed its previous all-time high, indicating that funds were merely rotating among existing participants rather than expanding the market. So you can see here, this is like rotating among OG, people who are in the market for many years instead of retail. So again, I said, where are the retails are coming in to actually pump their bags? None. Lack of retail interest. Okay, so we're not getting the kind of invitation, okay, from the last cycle. So that's the thing here. Okay, and then moving on next, speaking about ETH. So I think ETH been doing quite well at the 1.9K, still maintaining at the level. Okay, and then now we can see momentum slowly starts to dip. Okay, but accumulation is there. People are accumulating. Okay, there is some interest around that 1.9K, 1.8. Okay, so the 2.1 is a level to watch, is a level to break. Okay, so yeah, we can see here, price decline in February, got below 2K. All right, so yeah, I think this is the probably the lowest or probably the major support where it needs to maintain, right? Okay, so even with the fundamentals, with the Fusaka upgrade, reduction of fees, okay, so no matter how bullish it is, I think most likely the price will continue to play according to the sentiment. And then staking continues to absorb a significant portion of circulating supply, over 30% stake February 2026. So I think this is probably the people who are staking Ethereum or probably under the L2s. Okay. All right. Then yeah, whale activity supports a potential bottoming pattern. Large wallets around 10 to 100K ETH, made over 520K ETH between 4th February to 8th. So within that 4 days period, whales have really accumulated. Okay, so technical wise, we will come into that later on towards the end. But overall, we can see, I think, alts, I think most likely to get smashed again, I believe so. So no matter what alts that we are looking at right now, I think it is already down more than 20%. Okay, so no point even holding. Okay, even if you reverse, if you do a V-shape, how significant is this recovery? That's the only thing right now. So whatever reversal or relief rally that you're getting on the alts, it is for you to probably consider to exit or to consider to take your profits or to cut, okay, at a discount, rather than continue to hold and to believe that it will continue to recover. So that's the case, right, of every last cycle. People trying to hope and cope with this kind of sentiment, but unfortunately, cycle tends to be right again. And those people who hold all the way up, all the way down, literally died off. So yeah, you got to be very, very careful. Then moving on next to more on-chain. So CryptoCon, okay, another big move. Okay, last big move was precise hit on level 2, magic band at 65K. So if you compare with all those Februaries from all the previous cycles, this was 7th of February, January 23rd, 2022, and then 2018 and 2014, all the 4-year cycle, right? So yeah, if you look here, the cycle bottom band, which has been incredibly accurate, sits at 28.2K and is slightly increasing. So the more longer the price starts to stagnate or to play around this area, I think this I think it's a pink line, will start to continue to rally up, continue to start to move up. So probably we should get slightly higher, okay, as the price progress. So yeah, I think most likely it will remain stagnant and then consolidate, and then before we see another dump again. Okay, so that will probably take Bitcoin to bottom somewhere around October, November by end of this year, Q4. Okay, I believe so. Or else, if things accelerated very quickly for this quarter, Q1, Q2, let's say if the price were to dip back down below 60K, 50, and then suddenly go to 40, right? So within these 2 quarters, that's where Benjamin Cowen mentioning that we could bottom very early, somewhere around May, right? That is the case if things move very quickly. Okay, because this bear market, I believe it is moving very, very fast compared to the last 3 cycles. Okay, so we should, if Bitcoin will continue to go down, okay, continue to accelerate towards the downside, no stopping, no even a relief rally, then I think we should bottom very quickly. Okay, unless short-term consolidation, relief rally up, then probably maybe we should see a bottom somewhere around October. Okay, so that are the things that you can be able to look for. Okay, so yeah, that's for CryptoCon. And then looking at sentiment. Then another thing to focus on bottoms, right? Where are you going to see? How to identify as well? We're going to look at the retail as well, and people who are genuinely not happy, feeling frustrated or angry. Okay, that's where you can also look into. Okay, so according to our social data, tracks primarily crypto-related discussion, we have not seen a higher level of negative expressive keywords since the Trump election. Okay, so this is social dominance. So it went to a high of 6506. Okay, 6506, and then now it's coming down. Now you can see all this social volume, right? These are the key indicators as well. where are they? Are they in denial or are they really pissed off? So that's the thing. Keywords frustration. Okay, so if we probably continue to go back up again, yeah, probably we should see, yeah, most likely market to get bottom. So I think probably there could still people who are very daring and bold, thinking that we are not in a bear market and still thinking this is a bull market. So the more they think like this, I think the more the market wants to find a real capitulation again. Okay, or probably we should end all these people debate, okay, on whether is it a bull or a bear. But I believe we are already in a bear market. Like already been mentioning to you guys, want to adapt on the market behavior rather than throwing you copium and coping. Okay, rather than having wishful thinking that the market will continue to go up forever, that absolutely not, right? So these are the things to look at. And then, of course, Willy Woo also mentioning about Bitcoin versus gold, talking about the 12-year cycle has been broken, right? So Bitcoin should be valued a lot higher relative to gold. Okay, should be, but it's not at this time. Okay, why is because talk about the fight on quantum computing. Okay, for quantum computing, it is actually quite a serious thing. Even though no matter how much of fight, but I think it come into play as well. It makes sense. Okay, right. I think probably many are also concerned about the old addresses have not been moved, have been stagnant or ideal. And I believe quantum computing can able to crack that code. Okay, can able to crack it. Okay, and then probably there could be a risk, okay, of moving the funds out. That could be the thing here. But again, like I said, everything is looking quite complex here, right? For those of you who do not understand what is going on with this article, best thing is you can able to do Rock. Okay, I'm gonna ask Rock. Okay, still don't understand. Okay, please explain like fine. Okay, with proper visuals. Do a TLDR in point format as well. Okay, so this is what I usually do. Okay, if I don't have the time to read all this, and if it is too complex, best thing you can be able to click here, which is the graph. I explain this post. Okay, right. So yeah, graph is actually doing the work for you. Okay, right. So you can have a better understanding what really will say, right? Okay, so yeah, you can see here. Okay, let's break this down super simple. The playing with toys. Imagine Bitcoin is the magic internet money. Okay, gold is like shiny yellow rocks. You see how the AI can be able to help you to understand better with visuals. Okay, so for 12 years, Bitcoin was getting more valuable. Okay, like a race where Bitcoin was winning. And then middle of 2025, something big happened. Meeting called the Quantum Bitcoin Summit. That's when everyone started worrying about super duper smart computers called quantum computers. These aren't like your iPad. They're like wizard machine that can solve really hard puzzles super fast. Okay, so quantum computers might break those locks. That's a concern there. Okay, for this article, you do not understand. Okay, so why is it bad? There are about 4 million old forgotten bitcoins, like buried treasure that's been lost for years. This I think for those of you who have lost your wallet or your access to your Bitcoin, okay, quantum computers crack the locks. So bad guys could pick up those lost coins and add them to the pile everyone can use. That's the thing there. So yeah, you can see here, this is the too long read summarize everything for you, what you need to focus on. So Bitcoin beat gold in value, but the trend broke in mid-2025 because of quantum summit. And then the quantum danger supercomputing could break Bitcoin's secret codes, unlocking 4 million lost coins. But then flood risk, extra coins might dump into the market, making Bitcoin cheaper by 75% chance it won't get blocked. Okay, so Bitcoin has a 5 to 15-year risk premium, extra scariness. So gold is waiting alone until fixes happen. Yeah. So until this quantum computing doesn't get solved, then the fight will continue. Okay, Bitcoin price will continue to remain stagnant or probably to go even lower because of the sentiment. And people are actually scared. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you have your address that's been ideal for many years and you never touch. Maybe you might want to transfer, okay? Transfer or probably put it into your ledger if possible. I think self-custody is still the best way. Okay, hardware wallet I think is still safer, okay, rather than putting into those exchanges as well. Right? So yeah, I think this is one way that you can be able to do to safeguard from this for the moment. And then moving on next with airdrop. So we can see airdrops here. We have backpack. So TGE is coming soon, but first thing that you need to do is to verify your KYC, your account. So the thing with backpack is that, yeah, every time you want to trade, you have to verify your account. So they don't want cheaters to over abuse, especially when it comes to leverage trading. Okay, so yeah, you need to submit your KYC. You need to, okay, no documents needed, but just complete a quick face scan. So in a way, it's still showing your own face, which is your own data as well. Okay, so that's the thing. So you want to, if you have been doing backpack, then maybe you might want to continue to farm the points. Other than that, I don't think you might want to do this. And then next year coming in from OpenSea, okay, so probably TGE could be after Q1, maybe. So they're mentioning a live event that will take place around March 30th. Okay, so big updates could be sharing very, very soon. So they've been building, and what's next? They could mean we finally hear something concrete about their own token. Let's see. I think this is the thing here coming in from the OpenSea NFT, right? So they are the NFT platform. Okay, and they are still yet to drop their token. Right? I think since last year they've been talking about their own token. Until now, they're still yet to TGE. TGE is not happening. Yeah, so many of this. Okay, so next year we're going to see again coming in from Jupiter. So Jupiter, again, they're supposed to drop their yearly annual airdrop, supposedly on January. But now it seems that they are launching their voting system, governance system, whether or not to drop or to postpone, right? So we can see here, this proposal right now involves pausing emissions from the team reserve indefinitely, and then absorbing any team sales for vesting tokens in the Jupiter territory. And then third, postponing, okay, their airdrop indefinitely. And then the fourth one, accelerating and offsetting material vesting. So again, like I said, I don't know why this is a debate over the airdrop, right? Since you mentioned January will be the drop, why you need to postpone or change the goalpost? Okay. All right. So I think people are, yeah, they're not happy. Pay your debts and make the airdrop as promised. You want to change or work something, wait after the airdrop. Yeah. So again, like I said, bear market is where it tests all those projects, whether they are here to fight to survive or they're just here only the good moments. Okay, during the bull market, every single team or developers can open up any project. Until the bear market comes, that's where the real test is. Okay, fight to survive. And we've seen many platforms have already closed down. Okay, I think about 3 or 4 platforms have already closed down within this week. So you have to be very careful. Okay, if you are staking, you are providing liquidity. Okay, that's where you might want to consider to check actively, especially during this bear market time. Because they might just close shop, okay, without your notice, and then when you want to withdraw your funds, that's where the danger. You're going to have a lot of work, or probably anxiety, especially your staking or your providing liquidity, maybe more than 5-6 figure. Okay, so you might never know, right? So that's the thing. And then moving on next with the coin market cap. So coin market cap, where are we now? BTC at 67.1, Ethereum 1969, and it's hitting down again. Solana 82, okay, Cardano 88 cent, Hyperliquid is $29. Okay, gainers for today, World Liberty Finance 26%, in 24 hours stable coin 12.65, Kite 7.93. Okay, so all in all, I think it is looking quite bad. Or even though with this reversal up, it's just short term, all these are actually struggling. I think probably down already like 90%. So we move on with the technical side. Okay, so this week is a bit down and pretty much boring, but the show must go on, right? So look at the dominance. Okay, so dominance is heading down at the wrong place at the wrong time, especially you're holding ups. Okay, you're already in February and already in the bear market. So next level will be 55%. Look at the weekly time frame, it's breaking down. So I don't see how the alts are going to benefit from this, especially this quarter, even though from here. Right? With the dominance going down, with BTC alone heading down. So it makes no point. Right? Even if Ethereum is strengthening against Bitcoin, how significant is the recovery? Okay, especially coming to this cycle. Daily momentum sell, Fibonacci sell breaking down again. So dominance is down, but don't forget, if Bitcoin is down as well, it makes no difference for the alts. Now we look at ETH against Bitcoin. If we look at the monthly time frame, right? The monthly time frame is here. Okay. Right? So now it's breaking down again. Next level 0.02788, right? Is the level to maintain. If not, then we should see more lows here again. And then probably might take this level here, 0.02272. Look at the weekly time frame. You can see the structure already broken. Break below the middle band, trying to break above. What happened? Consolidation, breakdown with momentum sell. So should we see a reversal back up maybe around here before heading down again at 0.03086? So that's a setup there for ETH against Bitcoin. Look at daily time frame, so we can see down consolidation. Okay, it's supposed to, probably might break towards the upside and then come down again. But again, hovering at the increase out, let's see whether or not we're able to break past this level at 0.3015 for Ethereum against Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, and then we look at the USDT dominance. So we can see the USDT dominance, I think, will continue to rally, spike up. Okay, and then we can see, I think more and more people are holding stables right now. The level here, 8.08, and then the final boss resistance here, 8.7. So far, it did went up, now get rejected here. When we look at the weekly time frame, also we can see another bullish candle. So no sign of stopping. I think most likely might remain this level 8.08 to 8.78 level here for the USDT dominance. I think it's holding very, very firm. Everyone will be sticking to stables. What we can see here, forming a double bottom, especially at this top. So the next level we're going to see here is this zone, 8.17, and then leading up here to 8.64. Okay, 8.64. The H4 also we can see the squeeze, okay, on the USDT. So probably there could be a reversal. Let's see. Bitcoin now, we can see H4 also is heading down again. So yeah, I think prepare for the worst if necessary. With FOMC coming later on. Okay, 71.2. And then what else here? This is a level here, 61.2. That will be the massive support here. Okay. Plus, if we say going down to 55K, yeah, we'll be at the lower BB here. There'll be somewhere here. I think probably we might retest back here. There could be a high chance of testing back in 5K. Okay, because yeah, already retest first time. So it might continue to go down to retest one more round here. And then probably to remain stagnant, consolidate. Hopefully it consolidate this range, then you got a chance to at least accumulate. And then on weekly also we can see no reversal candle at all, no green candle. Okay, you should see, probably to play around this range. I believe so for this quarter. Like Q1 or probably this first half of the year, probably we should go down here around this range, consolidate, and then yeah, we should see maybe we will rally again after second half. Okay, probably Q4 this year. So let's see. Okay, but again, like I said, we're already in a bear market. Okay, probably downwards towards the downside is much more favorable. Staying around this range, 71K to 55K, yeah, possible. Okay, there could be the range there. Most likely Bitcoin will settle down. And then if you look at daily now, we can see momentum sell, preparatory sell. We can see already is rejecting the entry sell here is very, very bearish. And then fail to break past the middle band as well. That will be another concern, right? 70.9K. Okay, and then your next level is where here. 66K, 66.1. I think most likely we should see another drop. Maybe we should see this level to retest against 62. or probably creating another high here, 63, 64. We should see around this range again if this setup were to play again. I believe so. And then on H4, okay, what's happening now? You can see already rejected again on the middle band. It did not even break past the middle band. And then this new candle, H4 candle, is showing a red candle again. So right now, I think the stock market is open. So all depending on the S&P, NASDAQ, how are they going to perform tonight? Okay, before the FOMC kicks in later at 3 a.m., 66.7, 63.9. Look at ETH still remains stagnant there. What happened on Monday? So Monday, again, you can see already at this critical support, 1784, right? 1784. Okay, so now it's back at 1968. Still at the lows, at the all-time lows on slows. And then look at weekly momentum fell. So every momentum sell is a pullback. Maybe it will give you about 2.3K for the immediate short term. 2.3K or probably around the 2.2. This level here, 2.2. Again, because I think it's really weak. So I'm not sure how this thing will go. Look at the daily time frame. Again, momentum sell, consolidation. Again, right? And then rejected again on the re-entry sell on DD, which is not good. So you should see the middle band there. As if not, you can see already it's like heading down, but this support now, it creates a solid support here at 1.1936. So a lot to play out there for ETH, okay, for this week as well. So should we see February to remain stagnant and then March starts to recover, slight recovery there, or March and April, or else we should see more downwards. Okay, we should fast forward everything, and should we see a bottom by May? That is the thing here. I'm really looking forward if we can able to fast forward everything to May, or get things done, accumulation that we can able to see some ranging patterns there. Then we can say that we can able to move on very quickly for a transition from bear to bull. As of now, this is playing out. Okay, this is the current play out. So we're gonna wait and see how the market is going to work. Okay, so it's still stagnant there. Okay, so we're gonna look into a few alts. I think all these alts are already dead. So, yeah, I think all these examples I show you. Alpine network also up, but I don't think it's that good, right? This is just a reversal, right, from this rules here at what 13 cents. So 13 cents go all the way to what 57%. Your all-time high was 3.4. Okay, 3.4. How significant is the reversal if they're given any chance? See here, 94% down, 95%. Okay, so what sort of recovery are you going to get from this? Okay, now all is already dead. Okay, middle band 20 cents, and then top EB will be here at what 26 cents. So yeah, the area there probably you can see. And then look at daily time frame. You can see also the daily time frame. Descending channel break, reversal retest candle is formed, extreme sell form. Probably might see a breakdown again for Pioneer. So that is the scenario right now that we are seeing. Lower high than the previous high. We can see already it could be a double top here for Pioneer. Okay, and then we look at Zcash. I think Zcash also went up recently. Zcash. All right, so Zcash, right, one of the oldest coin. Now we can see already all-time high is at about 749. So it's down about 62%, around 74. Now it's at what, 281. Okay, so for Zcash, this will be the support 245. Final boss resistance at 510. Look at weekly time frame. We can see already lower high over previous high, lower high over previous high. Okay, break below the middle band, pull back for entry, sell, hitting down again. So this will be the support zone at 237. And then leading up to the lower B here at 148. And then we look at daily time frame, so you can see candlestick change direction from sell to buy, pull back for the retreat. So yeah, I think this is the level here to watch, 270. Okay, it's a level to watch, 270. then this zone here will be 233. Okay, so we're going to see whether Zcash can maintain at the middle band, and then can maintain, then we should go look forward for this top here. Okay, top B. Now I'm going to look at the S&P. So this opened. So we're going to see how the market will respond. So what is happening right now? So the market is slightly above, gap up today. Just open. Okay, so Nasdaq is slightly up. About 5 minutes ago, we have Nasdaq, okay, slightly up. But again, the structure is really bearish. Okay, look at the Nasdaq also, it's below the middle band. Momentum sell, pull back, rejected below the middle band, break down again. So again, it's like a time bomb here for the structure of this S&P and Nasdaq to hit lower. Then we look at Nasdaq, Dow Jones. So Dow Jones have a lot of room more to go before heading down, because I think it hits a new all-time high. This was the 5512 was the all-time high, and we can look at the ascending channel like this. It is really quite scary. Again, really quite scary. The more it does this ascending channel upwards, again, the harder it gets to break towards the downside. So you want to be very, very cautious. And then the middle band here, okay, 48,109, right? The level there for pit stop, for support. And then if you look at daily extreme sell form, we know that the signs are already there to go down. So probably one more rally here to retest here before heading down, 49,856. There'll be entry sell before we see something, a pullback or something for Dow Jones. All right, so these are the indicators that's happening right now. So be very, very careful. And then I'm going to move on into 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀. So all these tokens, okay, it's no point buying now. I don't see any reason to even buy or enter out. Okay, with this kind of sentiment. Okay, you want to buy the dip, you want to accumulate, you want to make sure that they have this kind of range. What are the range we are looking at? This type of range, sideways, consolidation for months to a year. Okay, so Feb 2020, right? June, November. So yeah, 6 months consolidation like this. And then this range like this, consolidation for months to a year. That is what I like to see and to buy. Rather than, price already went down, but you haven't really give that kind of conviction to accumulate. You need to see the range or the pattern first. Okay, whether it's accumulation, whether it's ranging, then only you might want to buy the dip. If not, you're just catching the falling knives. So even if you buy now, so the market is not going to do a V-shaped recovery. Okay, so 𝗧𝗶𝗺 right now at the critical support, so it rebounded 7 cents. Short-term reversal back up probably to 14 cents. Okay, probably 14 cents. Let me look at the weekly time frame so you can see descending the entry sell. So we're going to look here on the middle band here, 13 cents. Okay, look at daily time frame so you can see. Okay, change of direction from sell to buy, pull back again, probably to retest here. Okay, on this 9.5 cents. And then on H4, okay, we can see squeeze on H4. So daily, it could be a sell to buy. So that is 𝗧𝗔 hash graph. Okay, and then I think we can look at Trump's call also. Then all of this also down. Massively down. So 3.5, all-time high is how much? 77.95. 95% down. So the lows was at how much? 1.53. That's at 3.55. Look at weekly. So weekly time frame, we can see momentum sell, entry sell. At $4. Okay, probably might dip back to $4. Look at daily momentum sell, pull back, entry sell. So the middle band would be 3.65. Okay, for Trump's one. Okay, so everything is bearish, and we're going to see how the FOMC will take place, whether it will be hawkish or dovish tone. So I don't think there will be any interest rate cut later on. Okay, there won't be any rate cut announcement, but only the tone, whether or not it will be hawkish or dovish.